Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I think you remember that Ukrainian fighter who was captured by the Russians on video, and he was shot as after he said "Glory to Ukraine." Well, he was awarded, how should I put it, the honor, the title of hero, which in the face of death, making this kind of statement or possible, death. I think that was a very courageous act, or how should I put it, delusional act. I mean, in this kind of circumstances, you expect people to behave like crazy, like eventually those guys behaved. That's not to say they were right or anything. It's just the fact that maybe he would have been shot anyway, but the video that I saw, the second he ended his sentence, or at least his words, he was shot, and the first one was in the head. So that shows to me that the weapons were pointed at his face as he was smoking his cigarette calmly over there. Because he was smoking a cigarette, and then he said like this, and he said, Ukrainska, whatever, Slava Ukrainska, and boom, shot right there. So in the head, because you see the head going. And that tells me that the guys were ready, because you can't be like this and all of a sudden you get it and hit him in the head like so fast. Maybe he was about to be shot and he knew and he said it. I don't know. We will not find out, I'm pretty sure, the reality, because the ones who did it probably will never be brought to justice. They will be charged or convicted in absentia or anything like that. Now, what's going on here? It came out after about a day, his name, and now it came his nationality. He was a Moldovan. So he was born in the Republic of Moldova, the one with Romanians and Ukrainians and other people. So in Moldova, and then he immigrated. He left for the first 26, I think, years of his life. He lived in Moldova. He was a Moldovan citizen, and then he moved to Ukraine. And after he moved to Ukraine, I think he moved to Ukraine with his wife and his son. And then he became, he got the Ukrainian nationality. He's got citizenship. Citizenship. So he has a Moldovan citizenship, and he's got a Ukrainian citizenship. He fought for the Ukrainians, and he died in the name of defending Ukraine and by saying, glory to Ukraine. So let's see this article, what it has to say about it. So this article comes from Ukrainska Pravda. It is from Monday, March 13th, 2023. Hero Matsievsky, executed for saying glory to Ukraine, was Moldovan citizen. This is the guy here. Alexander Matsievsky, a soldier of the Territorial Defense Forces of Chernihiv Oblast, was executed in Russian captivity, had Moldovan citizenship. So Chernihiv Oblast is in north Ukraine by Belarus. The source is a statement made by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and European Integration of Moldova, European Pravda, and I'm quoting. After the Ukrainian side confirmed that the soldier executed by Russian soldiers was Alexander Matsievsky, we strongly condemn the murder of the Moldovan citizen, which can be qualified as a war crime and a blatant violation of international humanitarian law. We express our deep condolences to the family and friends of Alexander Matsievsky, and we stand in solidarity with the Ukrainian people. End quote. The ministry has also pointed out that Chisinau is the capital of Moldova, condemns Russia's war against Ukraine. Local outlets in Chernihiv Oblast that posted news about the funeral of Alexander Matsievsky in February highlighted. What's going on here? Local new funeral in February. He didn't die in February. Anyway, highlighted that he was born in Chisinau, and he had lived in Moldova for the first 28 years, not 40 to 26, as I said before, of his life until 2008, when he moved together with his wife and their son to Nizhyn. European Pravda's sources have said that Matsievich has not renounced his Moldovan citizenship after moving to Ukraine. Therefore, he had citizenship of both Moldova and Ukraine, even though he obviously perceived himself as a Ukrainian. However, his Moldovan origin caused resonance in Moldova. The story of the hero executions was initially covered in the media and discussed on social media. It acquired specific significance after Matsievich was identified. Well, let's talk about this one right here a little bit. He said that he obviously perceived himself as a Ukrainian. Of course he did. But I don't think he didn't perceive himself as a Moldovan as well. I'm telling you why. Let's say if a Zimbabwean, all right, immigrates to, let's say, or marries an American, and he moves to United States of America, let's say, give that scenario, because I don't know if he moved here because he married a Ukrainian woman or he just decided to go to live another life in another country. You don't really just move like that, okay? And you become a citizen of another country just because, well, I want to live in France. Okay, maybe let's go to France. It doesn't work that way. So I'm assuming that possibly his wife could be Ukrainian national, or he possibly was had Ukrainian nationality and Moldovan citizenship, as the Russians in how do you call it, in Ukraine, you know, they have the ethnicity is Russian, but their citizenship is Ukrainian. So he might have been ethnically Ukrainian in Moldova with the Moldovan citizenship. He said, okay, I don't want to live among these people anymore, or whatever. Maybe he married, as I said, someone, or he just decided to move based on his nationality, his ethnicity. You can request citizenship if you fulfill certain kind of requirements. And then he moved to Ukraine. So let's say this guy is my Zimbabwean friend, married this American woman, and moved to the United States of America. And then United States of America gets in a war with China. Okay, and he goes over there, and while he's fighting for China, for United States military, you know, being a U.S. citizen, he gets in this kind of circumstance, and they say, well, he obviously identified himself as an American, of course, but it doesn't negate whatsoever that he is a Zimbabwean by birth, a Zimbabwean from Zimbabwe, has a citizenship. So if there's a little attempt here to maximize something and minimize something, I don't think that's there. He died as a Ukrainian. He died as a person who supported, obviously, heroically, his country. I mean, some people would have just rolled around and start crying and beg for their lives. So, you know, he didn't do that. Moreover, he said, you shoot me. Because, as I said, his words were ended right here, and he was shot in the head. That doesn't happen like if you're with the weapons like this. And he was not armed. He was smoking a cigarette. So you don't have to keep him at the, you know what I mean? I'm going to shoot you right now. I don't know what happened before that, but still, it doesn't minimize his action, which I don't want to, I mean, what's that? He was not a coward, let's put it this way, at all. A hero? I don't know. It's not for me to say that. Yeah, it can be considered a hero because you said what you said in front of death. That shows courage, a lot of it. So, however, I got this one. Background. On March 12, 2023, the Security Service of Ukraine established that Alexander Matsievich, a sniper of the 163rd Battalion of the 119th Territorial Defense Brigade of Chernihiv Oblast was the Ukrainian soldier executed after saying glory to Ukraine? Well, I got a few questions here, just for the sake of the argument, okay? A sniper. Well, did you see the weapons he was carrying? That's not a sniper's weapon, okay? That's a regular infantry Kalashnikov, okay? If you want an AK-47, however you want to call it. That's what that is. So it doesn't mean that he did not, switch from one unit to another unit, but look behind him. Over here, this is not summer. So this is either fall, which I think it is, and that's what it is. So this picture was taken October, September, November, maybe something like that. That means then he was still an infantry guy here. He was not a sniper here. But hey, because if you're a sniper, you have a different kind of weapon. It was the Durganov thing, or whatever his name is. I can't remember. Darganov. That's the sniping rifle that I know these guys should have. Anyway, but this is just an observation. It doesn't mean that I'm right about it whatsoever. I'm just asking questions. Otherwise, they would have put Durganov, which is like this long, not like this short. All right, and magazine is not like this long; it's like this short. You have like 3 or 4 rounds over there. I can't remember how many you got because it's been a long time since I had that information. All right, man, I'm not a sniper, okay? I'm a snapper. All right, my friend, this is it. Sorry for the guy. Hero, courageous, yes. It is what it is. He was born in Moldova, 28 years there, moved with his wife, I think it was 41 or something like this, 42. All right, thank you very much for being with me again today. This reminds me of those words that the Spartans told the invaders at Thermopylae when there were the 300 Spartans and against the Persian armies, and they say the guys, that's how the legend goes, not only the movie. They were asked to drop their weapons and lay down their weapons and so on and say, come and get them, or something like this. Something like that. Well, you and Slava Ukrainska or something. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.